values, and this is a tough gig for anybody. Have you been struggling with the nominations?
Very much so. I just can't be deceitful and I can't go behind people's back, and it's like a hidden agenda. So at the moment it's sort of, it's complicated for me in my head. I feel like I'm being really nasty and I can't, I'm not very good at that.
Well, it's not a surprise you got to nominate, so you're all going to have to get tough. It is just about to start. I wish you all very well, and it's nice to visit you. And those of you who I haven't chatted with right now, there are just so bloody many of you. We'll do it next time. Good luck, all of you. Bye. Okay, let the nominations for 2007 officially commence. And don't forget, Andrew and Hayley are free from nomination and exempt from voting because they succeeded in their mission last week. And of course, Billy can't vote or be nominated because he isn't an official housemate. So now let's cross to the house as electrical designer Bodhi becomes our first housemate to twist the nomination light bulb.
This is Big Brother. Bodhi to the diary room. Bodhi, take your feet off the chair. Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction, and why?
For 2 points, I nominate Kate because when she gives her opinion, I find that she can be quite rude and in your face. An example of this would be when we were sitting on the couch and she organised a bit of a bitch session, as she called it, and I said it's the third day, it's probably a little bit early for a bitch session, and she said, "Deal with it, Bodhi," or something along those lines, and I just felt that that was a bit rude and a bit in your face, and yeah.
Why are you actually nominating her?
For being rude.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction, and why?
For 1 point, I nominate Rebecca because I find her bland as Weet-Bix and uninteresting, and an example of this would be trying to organise us to all go to bed at the same time, which I think is annoying. So,
But you're not nominating for the group, you're nominating for yourself. Get to the point.
I don't want to be told what time to go to bed, and she brought to the group that we were going to be going to bed at the same time.
You're
I don't
not nominating for the group, you won't be warned again.
I don't like to be told what time to go to bed, and she was trying to make it so. That's annoying. That's why I'm nominating her for 1 point.
Accepted. That is all.
Thank you.
Oh, if only the other housemates could see. You only need to say rude and annoying and you're in. Bodhi, first man of 2007. And when we return, it's time for Joel, Susanna and Thomas to take a poke at the nomination pinata.
Billy Joel!
How will I nominate? I will be the person that Big Brother's going to yell at the most and tell me to get to point.
If it's required, I'll definitely nominate strategically.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I need to pick the people that are the biggest threat and take them out.
I don't have a strategy at all.
I think I'd have to use some of my dribbling skills with Big Brother and dribble a little bit of verbal diarrhea to get myself out of it.
Welcome back. You're watching the first Big Brother Live nominations for 2007, and in less than an hour you'll be able to vote to evict or vote to save your favourite housemate. Right now, though, it's time to see restaurant manager Joel and fraud analyst Susanna each take to the diary room hot seat to put a few marshmallows in the nomination barbie.
Joel, Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points, I nominate Kate because I think she is a very negative vibe in the house and she showed disrespect to certain members of the house, which in my morals and standards...
Joel, Big Brother is going to warn you once and only once. You're not nominating for certain members. You're nominating for yourself and you're running out of time.
Okay. Well, it affected me because doing that, it affected me...
What affected you? Be specific.
Okay, it affected me the way she threatened to use violence in the house. That affected me because when you're threatening to use violence, that is against my moral standards.
That was dealt with. It wasn't aimed at you. Why are you really nominating her? Be
I'm really
honest.
nominating her because of that, because that to me, I don't want someone in the house that would threaten with violence. That is why I'm nominating. Because to me, I don't want anyone in the house that would at one stage, at any stage, threaten someone with violence. To me, I wouldn't want that person.
How does it affect you and you're running out of time?
It affects me because how do I know that I'm not going to be threatened with violence? How do I know that someone's not going to do that, or Kate's not going to do that, or use that again? That's how it affects me.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point, I nominate TJ because she is putting other people down in order to make herself feel better.
You're not nominating for other people.
She's putting me down in order to make herself feel better.
When? Be specific.
Okay, so there's specific examples when I was having a conversation with Zoran and he was trying to tell me an important story
20 seconds, get to the point.
About an important story about a girlfriend of his, and she just kept on going on and on about herself and was just cutting in when it wasn't needed just to make herself better and do her wah and to make herself feel better. And to me, that is not right when someone is trying to tell me an important story and it made me, it was putting others down to make herself feel better.
That is all.
Thank you.
Can I please have my rock back?
Susanna, to the diary room. Susanna, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
I nominate Jamie for 2 points. I feel that he contributes rarely to the conversation, and then when he does, he has to stand up. I feel that he does this just for the cameras. There was also a moment the other day when we were playing a game where everyone was throwing a ball at whoever was sitting on the couch, and I was on the couch. And if they got the ball in the vase, then we would take off an item of clothing.
Susanna, Big Brother suggests you get to the point.
Yep.
I have no idea what you're nominating for.
Yep. I'm nominating because
time.
I found him offensive and he tried to humiliate me. I lost this part of the game and I took off an Ugg boot out of respect to my boyfriend. I don't want to get naked. And he was saying, oh, well, why don't you take off your top because you exposed yourself in the spa the other night. And I looked shocked at this. And then he turned around and said it was a joke. And I just don't find that joke particularly funny. I think that he tried to humiliate me and make me feel stupid in front of everyone. And I don't like that.
Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
I nominate Bodhi for 1 point. I find that at night time he's a little bit inconsiderate. I sleep next to him, in between him and Emma. And last night when I was trying to sleep, he was up and like throwing things at Emma across the top of me. And also earlier this week, I found when he broke the pool pony lounge thing, he then asked me to not disclose that to the rest of the team and...
Get to the point, you're almost out of time.
Yep. And I just didn't like feeling like I had to deceive the rest of the people in this house. And he asked me to do so and it made me feel really upset with him.
That is all.
Thank you.
Interesting, isn't it? We've got some very good reasons there. Inconsiderate, offensive, threatening violence, and doing her wah-wah. OK, now Tom and Thomas will take a couple of shots at the nomination hoop.
Thomas.
Big Brother.
Take your foot off the chair. Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points, I nominate Kate. The reason is that I just feel like she's had a bit of